I do watch Married at First Sight.
No, I haven't.
I don't know if you ever seen it. I think that's a good show. It's been on for a number of seasons.
Okay.
But they started this new show called Love at First Flight.
And what's that?
Where they match people up and they send them on trips. Like they fly around.
Okay.
The world
And like they're trapped
together.
on a plane for 6 hours together?
And they're on these vacations together.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I haven't watched any of it yet.
Would
It's
you do
all
one of
on
those
DVR.
shows?
I would probably do Love at First Flight.
Okay.
And I would be lying if I didn't consider Married at First Sight.
Okay.
But then every time I come around to, I take marriage too seriously to really leave it up to experts to pick somebody.
But what about like
but sometimes they do work out.
yeah, arranged marriages and then those like matchmaker services?
Those are just so expensive. I wouldn't be opposed to a matchmaking
Okay.
service if but that's not marriage though. Married at First Sight, they're legally married. Like there's no annulment.
Oh.
They're legally married. They have to get a real divorce.
Oh wait, I
at the
think
end
I
of it.
saw a clip from this. No, I think I saw it on Instagram where they were like, some people were still married and then like one couple got divorced or something, and they were like, "Oh, do you feel bad for them?"
It's been on for a while. I mean,
think
it's been on for a couple of seasons.
Okay,
but it's different couples every season, obviously.
Okay.
So this last season, out of the 3 couples, 2 stayed married, 1 didn't.
yes, okay, I did see that on Instagram. Oh my, I don't know. That's a little.
I don't know. This is because they married a stranger. They don't know anything about the person except their ring size.
Do you believe
until the day
in
of wedding.
soulmates?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that I've ever had one.
Okay.
I've only been really in love with one person in my entire life.
Okay. So far, you're
So
still young.
Well, I'm not that young.
Okay.
My eggs are cooking.
Oh my god.
I'm not that young. My eggs are cooking.
Oh my god.
But the Lyft driver was just like, "Oh no, in American culture, 40, 45 is when you'll get married." And I'm like, "But that's a little late for kids, don't you think?"
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He said, "In my culture, they look for you to get married."
Proposing? I mean, what was?
Listen,
what
would be the
was it?
first time.
Oh my god, he was trying to get up on it.
No,
yeah, because you
I
wouldn't
don't
have
think so. Because he told me he wasn't ready for marriage yet because he was still out here, living the slave
He
mom.
was testing the waters, trying to see.
I don't know.
Okay.
He was asking me a lot about Philly and whatnot because he wants to move to Philly.
Oh, okay.
Man, it was a long conversation. It was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It was an hour and a half coming here from the airport. So.
Wow.
But I don't know. It wouldn't be the first time. I mean, when I was in Dubai, the hotel shuttle driver was like, I was like, he was like, "Oh, I want to get to America." I was like, "You gotta find somebody to, some nice American." I said, "You gotta find some nice American tourist to flirt with." He was like, "What about you?" Ooh, no.
And what about Italy? They love
I don't know. When I was in Italy,
chocolate sisters.
I didn't come across too many Italian.
Oh.
Mostly vendors, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe it was just the nature of the trip. But most of the vendors, and a lot of them were from like Bangladesh or Africa, and like from other places. I don't know. Nobody really flirty.
Okay.
We had some really nice, cute, like guides, but he was married.
Okay.
So.
I want to put you in a live situation where there's like men, like off the online, like in person.
Oh, you mean like speed dating that I've also done?
Oh, you have? Oh, I don't know about speed dating. Really? That seems impersonal. I don't know.
It's 5 minutes.
But people are like sending their representatives. Are they really them?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I've been in 3 different speed dating situations. So one situation where I think it was like 29 to. This was a couple years ago, because I'm 38 now. So I think it was like 29 to 35 was it?
Okay.
And I was like right at like 34.
Okay.
35-ish. So, but most of the guys that were there were like 29. So for me, that was a little young.
You don't want to cougar it up?
I don't think it's like cougar. I just think what's funny is I can hold conversation. Like I'm a talker, right? So I can hold conversation with anybody, especially for 5 minutes. And I think a couple of the guys I don't come across as the true geek that I am.
Okay.
So I think they get surprised that oh, you're in IT? What do you do? 'Cause, like, I've never been asked, what do you do so much than being at speed dating.
Oh.
Because when you date online, guys don't ask you what you do. They ask you where you live in Orlando because they want to know if they got to come across.
Swipe right, swipe left?
No, they don't ask about that. No, but they top, 3 questions is, what side of town do you live on? Because I need to know if I got to pay some tolls and come across town to come see you. Who do you live with? Because I need to know who I got to work around for my booty calls or whatever. And do you have your own car? Like, they don't care what I do for a living.
Oh, that's weird.
Do you live alone?
You think it's like a sexual thing? Like they're trying to come through and hit it?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. Because especially on the free sites, they don't necessarily take them seriously. So they just think it's like a hookup spot or whatever. Like, I mean, I tried Tinder and didn't really work for me. I bored of it really quickly.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't. At speed dating, I was very surprised at how often I was asked, "So what do you do?"
Right.
Because I don't really ask that question either.
No, it's weird.
First meeting,
it's awkward.
so what do you do? It makes me think you're looking to see if I make money. But what was very interesting in it is when I say I'm an IT consultant, the wheels you can literally see turn in your head. Like, okay, so she makes a lot of money, and there's only 1 or 2 ways that can go.
Right.
Either they shrink up real fast because it's like, ooh, I'm just in school. I'm not really.
Or
she definitely make more money than me. Or, oh yes, tell me more.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I'm like, I'm not looking for either.
Right. In LA, they used to, the men would be at the bar with their car keys hanging, and they would straight up tell you, I'm looking for somebody with a 401k. You'd be like, well, you better keep looking.
Seriously?
Yeah.
They be the young ones too. Always looking for, oh, you got a car and you work from home? Oh, okay, that's a car I can drive while you work.
Right? Oh my God.
And I'm like, So that was one scenario. I did do speed dating in LA when I was out visiting my girlfriend, and I probably would have had a couple of matches other than the fact that I just didn't live out there. So they were just not interested in me.
Speed dating, yeah.
No, go do speed dating. Make sure it's at a wine bar so you can get plenty of drinks.
I think I've aged out now, though. Because a couple years ago in New York, I was looking, they didn't have anything over 40.
Go on Meetup, right? You go on Meetup, and they have like these singles gatherings. Sometimes it's speed dating, sometimes it's like lock and key events. You ever heard of lock and key events? So basically,
it's like a swingers party.
It's kind of like
leave your key in the crystal.
It's kind of like that, but a lot cleaner, right? There's no orgies going on. So basically, it's a party. It's a singles mingling event. So all the ladies wear locks, all the guys get keys. So the idea is to find a key that matches your lock. You get a little raffle ticket or whatever. They raffle stuff off. Okay. But the lock and the key gives the guy or the girl the opportunity to approach.
But how do they determine like the matchup of like
there is no matchup, it's completely random.
Oh,
but
so
you don't know
who's completely not your type.
Right. Okay. But it gives you a reason to approach them. Like say if you were afraid, like, oh, she's really cute, I don't know what to say. So now you can say, hey, can I try my lock, my key with your lock?
Key? Can I put?
And you know, what's funny is the locks are like hanging on strings, so they're kind of like right here,
and they have to come and lift it up. Oh my God.
So as you know, you could hold the lock up and see, did it work? No. Aww. But what's funny is I went once. And some guys are just there.
A lot of people put their
I didn't care. I mean, I was just there to support somebody else. Really, I really didn't care to be there. But some guys are just there to get as many raffle tickets as they possibly can. So just go, can I try?
Oh, every time you try it,
not every time you try, but every time you find a match, you get in a raffle, or they were giving something away at the end of the night. But I think it's an icebreaker. It really is what it is.
Right. Yeah,
so that's different. But I've also done speed dating where they had different group levels, like up to 50 years old. Okay. And the thing about it is it was so mixed and kind of disorganized that I actually got sat at the table with a woman, and like I was in like the middle group, which was I think like the 30 to 40. And then there was a woman who was at my table with me, and that was like the 40 to 50 group. Okay. Or the over 45 group, or whatever it was. It may have been 30 to 45 or something like that, and then an over 45. And I I felt slighted because I'm sitting with someone who's completely in a different age group, and all the people who were sitting with us were in her age group, not in my age group. So, but she was so nervous, and I had done it so often, so I'm just holding all kinds of conversation with these guys, and they're just like, I have daughters your age.
Oh my god.
I mean, they were like genuinely interested, like, and if I didn't want kids, I probably would have snagged an older guy. Okay. I feel like that's what I need, like an older guy.
Older guys can't have kids.
But older, do they want them is the question. I haven't run into too many older guys who want.
A friend of mine was dating an older guy who wanted kids, but I think it was more of a possessive thing than really a desire to father.
Yeah, all the older guys I run into, their kids are grown and not really interested to get back into diapers.
Yeah, okay.
And I can't blame them.
Right.
You know, it's just like, oh, sorry, I'm a late bloomer. You know?
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I don't know anything.
So try speed dating. That was my way of getting off online because I've been dating online for so long.
Yeah.
And it was just like, because I'm bored of online too, so I take breaks from it. So right now I'm just. This one guy was like, "Can we talk? Can I get your number?" And I was just like, "Whoa, slow down."
Right. I do like your approach in your dating videos when you're like, you don't give them your mobile number. Like that's gangster.
I'm over the text.
I'm over the text. Yeah, because. When I was doing online dating, there was this guy, I think his name was Tracy, Tony, something with a T. He was like texting me all the time, oh, are you home? We don't have no plans.
But wouldn't hold a conversation on the phone, I bet.
No, I was
more comfortable with text message.
Right.
You are not going to get to know me over text message.
I don't have a house phone though, but I should get like a Google number and have it forwarded.
I have Google Voice as well. Okay. The only problem with Google Voice is they can still text.
So
okay. I'm like,
you can't disable the text bar?
I don't know. Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm
but
good.
They can still text it. I'm just like, people laugh at me. You and your house number, listen. If you can't call me, we're like, well, what's wrong with your cell phone number? What if I want to call you and you're not home? Listen, having my cell phone number does not make me more accessible to you.
That's a convenience for me, not for you.
I'm busy.
Right.
So I'm not going to talk to you.
Right.
Anyway, like, what? Listen, I'm home. I work from home. You want to reach me at home? Have you had trouble reaching me on this number?
Right.
Why are you so amped to get my cell phone number? That's control.
They want to text. Yeah.
They want to text, or it's control. I want to know where you are at all times, or whatever. I want to be able to reach you. You pick up my call when I. No, I don't do that.
No.
Oof. Yeah, I don't do the control thing. I don't do.
No.
Nope. I don't do it. I can't do it, and it's actually a really good filter because a lot of guys they'll say, "Oh, I want to hear your voice." Sure, you can call me
on my house phone.
At this, no, I don't say it's my house phone. I don't tell them it's my house phone.
But they figured out.
I just say you can call me. Oh, I'd love to hear your voice. Sure, you can call me at this number. And the first thing they do is send a text message. And I know because sometimes you get the text to landline thing. So sometimes I'll get text messages over the landline. And I can hear it, and I can choose to hit buttons to reply back or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Or sometimes I don't get them at all.
Okay.
And I've actually had guys say, you gave me a number that doesn't work, and I have to check to make sure I typed it right. And I'm like, no, that's the right number. Well, I tried to text you. Well, have you tried calling?
Yeah.
You
wanted to hear my voice.
Like you said you wanted to hear my voice. You can't hear my voice over text message.
No, you cannot.
You know? And the last guy, the herpes guy.
Yes. Oh my God.
I didn't mention this in the video.
Oh my God.
But he actually gave me static about the fact that my niece answered the house phone. I said,
why?
But it's the house phone. He was like, well, I'm a really, oh my gosh, my brain's not working this late.
Please don't say he's a private person.
He said, no, he says, I'm a really spontaneous person.
What does that mean?
And I don't want, like I can call. And when the phone is answered, like I can't be held responsible for what I say. So if I'm talking to the wrong person, like I don't want to have to explain to some young girl, some young immature girl, what I said or whatever. Like, first of all, whatever happened to phone etiquette? Like this is the problem with social media.
You are a grown ass man. What do you mean?
Nobody says hello. Can I speak to this anymore? God. And I've had this. Like I'm tired of like schooling guys when they call because they'll be like, hey. And I'm like, hello? And they're like, what's up with you? And I'm like,
who is this?
I'm fine. Who's calling? Oh, this is so-and-so. You get your number to somebody else?
Maybe.
I don't know you, and I don't know this number. You sure you talking to who you want to talk to? Well, I mean, if it's like, now some of them get mad. Well, if it's like that, then we don't need to talk. Click. Oh, well.
Bye.
I mean, if I gotta school you on proper phone etiquette, like,
Yeah.
you need to make sure you talking to the person you call here for.
Yeah.
You assume this was my cell phone number, and then I would answer it. But you asked for my number 4 hours ago.
Right.
While I'm sitting around waiting for you to call. Like, no. And even if it was my cell phone, that doesn't mean I didn't ask somebody to pick it up for me real quick because my hands were busy.
Right.
I get tired of explaining that one over and over again.
Yeah.
And some of them take it well and some of them don't. And the ones that don't,
Yeah.
deuces.
That's a clear.
It's a really good filter. Sometimes I get tired of it because it's really restrictive.
But listen,
Some of them don't
we
call
are
at
the
all.
weirdos. Yeah.
Some of them don't call at all, but
But then you know you're not wasting your time. Like you already like had him up at the pass. Like
I had one guy who had my cell phone number, disappeared for a while, tried to reappear. Well, let me get your number. And I gave him the house. Well, why you give me the house phone number? Well, my cell phone number hasn't changed. For whatever reason, you decided you didn't want it anymore.
Right. Oh my God. Check your own.
So now
own
you can
phone
start
numbers
over because I
and
haven't
see.
talked to you for a while.
Right. Back to square one.
Yeah. Some people say I'm hard on. See,
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out with me.
yes, thanks for hanging out with me.
All right, everybody. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Mwah.
Fake trust and baby dust.
Baby dust to you all.